G'day. This is Charlie, and I'm coming to you today with my daily dose of business tech inspiration. Topic number 240, we're going to be talking about simple and effective website navigations. Don't know whether they'll be simple, don't know whether they'll be effective, but we're going to talk about them anyway. So website navigation is the menu bars that you see at the top, the tops or the sides where it says go here, home, about, products, services, contact us. That's part of your navigation. The other part of the navigation is any icons or images you use or buttons that you use as you're drawing people through pages to read them that directs them off somewhere else. It's all about navigating your website. There's a couple of things that you need to think about when you are actually developing, first of all, the menu system, just the basic menus, and then we might get into some of the other things. But let's have a talk about just basic navigations, the menu bars that you need to put on your site. Do you need one? Yeah, absolutely. Totally. I mean, you cannot expect someone to come to your website and find the button or the image on your page that you want them to click and click on it to find the next thing. So many people will come to a website and look for specific information. Sometimes they're just looking for a contact. Sometimes they're looking for who are you? Tell me about who you are. And sometimes they just want to see the products that you're selling, the products and services that you're selling or you're offering or what it is you're doing or who your team is. So it's really important that you have navigation on your site. That's the first thing. If you don't, you're going to be you're leaving money on the table. When you're considering your website navigation, I want you to think about the fact that there is studies that show that for every click that you make that you have someone do, you lose 50% of your visitors. So if you have 100% come in on your homepage and you make them click to the next page, you're only going to get 50% go through, and it's 25%. It's 12.5%. There is other studies that show that 3 clicks and they're gone. It's very few people will last past 3 clicks on a website before they go, it's all too hard. I'm bored. I'm going to go and do something else. Now, that was all. They're old statistics. I still think they're fairly true. In fact, I think perhaps that 3 clicks is less now because we are dealing with what I class as the ADD of the internet. It's just people haven't got enough time. They need to find the information quickly, and if it's too hard, they're not going to put the effort in. They'll go somewhere else they can get that information. So that's the first thing I want you to bear in mind when you're looking at your navigation is 3 clicks, they're gone. For every click you make them do, you're going to lose 50% of your clients. Now, that doesn't mean that your homepage needs to have everything on it either. Don't do that. But you need that really nice balance between the two. So the thing that you need to do is keep it intuitive. Ensure that your website navigation is straightforward and intuitive. Let visitors find what they're looking for with a minimal number of clicks. Now, I like drop down and hover menus. So, when you hover over them and they drop down and they give you options. So rather than having a really big long menu where people have got to sort of go through it and find the one thing, it's like, okay, so about what goes under the about the company, about our history, about our principles, about our staff. Okay, you can have a whole heap of things under the about menu, products and services or what we offer. There's 2 things that people are likely to look at and say, I know what they are. Don't try and use really strange names or jargony terms or something in your menu and expect that people who are coming to your website who may not know much about your business understand what those terms are. You need to do your navigation in terms that people will understand, that everyday people will understand, or your target audience will understand. Let me rephrase that. Your target audience will understand. So maybe you are in an industry where a particular term, a particular piece of parlance is well understood, and maybe you can use it. But if you do that, that's really aimed at a specific audience. And if you are trying to attract anyone outside of that audience, you are going to lose them by doing it. So just bear that in mind. So keep it intuitive and keep it straightforward. Use terms that people will understand and organize your menus accordingly. Limit menu items. Avoid overwhelming visitors by limiting the number of menu items to the most important pages, ensuring a clean and focused navigation bar. So that's the top level navigation. If you want to, you can use drop downs and hovers to get them a little bit further through. I definitely wouldn't be having long drop downs. I'd keep them to 2 or 3, maybe 4 items in a drop down myself. And if you need to organize further, then that's a consideration you're going to have to take. But limit the menu items. You don't want to be making people search for things to find what they're looking for. Use descriptive labels. Keep the labels in each menu item with descriptive text that accurately reflects the content of the corresponding page, which comes back to what I was just saying about use terms people will understand. Don't clickbait them by saying that on this page you're going to find this and then land them on a sales page. You know, if they're looking for the about page and you land them on a sales page or a lead capture page or a landing page, you know, long form sales letter, don't do that. If it says it's about the staff, send them to a page that's about the staff. Consider including a search bar. If you are, because we're going to be limiting menu items, because we're going to be limiting options, a search bar is a good thing to have because it will allow people to locate specific information quite quickly. Whether that's products, services, or information in general, without having to navigate through multiple pages. And there's some really great search functions that can go on websites now that make that easier. Prioritize your mobile navigation. So if your site is mobile friendly, make sure that your navigation is mobile friendly. Make sure that it is responsive, that the navigation adapts to different size screens. So I don't know if you actually have picked it, but when you're looking at a site on a mobile, you often don't have a menu bar. You've got like what we call a little hamburger menu, which is the 3 little bars. That's a hamburger menu. When you click on it, it opens a menu up that you can select from. That's a typical mobile navigation, and it works really well because it keeps the navigation off of the screen. We're not trying to take a lot of text and squash it down and have it on top of each other, or have it stacked so that it takes up so much room on the top of the mobile screen that people can't find the data, the information. You actually put the information right at the top by having just that little hamburger menu, that little 3 bars that they can click on and find what they're looking for. But make sure that if your site is mobile friendly, that your navigation is not mobile friendly as well. The other thing I'm going to say with mobile navigation is make sure that if it's bars across, that the bars are big enough that someone with a larger finger, I've got small fingers, so I don't have so much of a problem, but people with larger fingers can actually tap on the menu item they look for and not tap on the one below and tap on the one above, because they're so small that they can't actually get the trigger point they're looking for. Really important stuff. And that comes to my final point of test the user experience. Regularly test your website's navigation to ensure it meets user expectations, and adjust that based on what your feedback and your analytics are. And in my next video, I'm actually going to cover a few things about analytics and things that you can do to be testing performance without actually having people give you feedback straight away. Okay. What do you guys think? What have you found with your navigation? What's worked well? What hasn't worked well? What do you hate when you go to someone's website and there's navigation there and it's not working? What is it that you don't like? What is it that you've seen that you've loved? What is it I've said here today that you disagree with so vehemently that you're screaming at the screen, if you're screaming at the screen? Let me know. Drop some comments, send me a DM. Come across to my locals community, askcharlyleetham.locals.com. Join the conversation there. You can also start up a web chat from my website if you want. Whatever works for you, I would love to hear from you. I would love to have that conversation. Please remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell so you find out when I drop my next piece of content, which is, it's dry here, 8 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time every day of the week. I drop these inspirations at that time. So when you ring the notification bell, It will actually send you a notification when the content goes live, and you can listen to me, watch me wherever you are doing whatever it is you're doing. I hope you found this useful. Have a great day. And tomorrow we're going to be talking a bit about website analytics, topic 241. Bye, guys.